And joining us now on the hotline is Randy Costa. How's it going, Randy?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, and you?
Good, man. No complaints.
Where are you at now?
I'm in Florida, sunny South Florida.
Sunny South Florida. All right.
South Florida.
You were going to fight on the Adesanya Blachowicz card, but there was an injury. Can you update us on that first?
All good, man. Just a small bump in the road. I did 4 weeks of PT, and we were back in it. So, thankfully caught it early enough that it wasn't anything too serious. Sucks we had to pull out, but on to the next.
Is it a type of injury you can disclose, or you wouldn't want the opponent to know, the future opponent?
I don't really give a fuck. It was a back injury. I thought I really fucked up my disc. Thankfully, it was not a disc issue, and we were able to just get things worked out with some PT.
Was it random, like when Daniel Cormier sneezed the wrong way and threw out his back, or is it something that's been building up?
Thankfully, age is on my side, so I didn't do it with a sneeze. But I had some lingering things over time. I heard it in the beginning of camp. Gave it 2 or 3 weeks off, and it kind of fixed itself on its own. And then 2 weeks later, heard it again, and at that point, we were 2 weeks out from the fight. So there was really no chance of being able to have it cleared in that time. I couldn't practice. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't cough. Couldn't sneeze. I couldn't really do any day-to-day activities without pretty shitty pain. I was always one of those guys that was like, oh, it's a back injury. It's not really a big deal. But, dude, now that I felt a back injury, I give a lot of sympathy to the guys, and I have a lot of understanding for, the why people pull out with back injuries. That shit is no joke.
So at this point in time, if anybody needs help moving this weekend, don't call Randy Costa.
Yeah, don't call me for any of your moving stuff right now. Yeah, definitely don't do that.
George, I got to give him a touch of gloves. I got to give him a touch of gloves on that back thing. So as a kid growing up a big football fan, you would hear some of these football players and they'd go, I'm out for this game. I got back spasms. And I go, back spasms? Come on, man. Just stretch out, get out there. It wasn't until about 4 years ago that I actually got one. It's the only time anything has ever happened to my back. Bro, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't laugh. It only lasted about a couple hours. But I could not believe how much pain it was, how you couldn't do anything. It was. I'll never make fun of that. I still kind of, turf toe is like an ingrown toenail. I've never gotten that, but that was another one I'd laugh at. Like, come on, man, just tape up that toe and get out there.
The turf toe is definitely a bitch, but with the back stuff, I was like, just rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right, kid. You'll be all right. Dude, that stuff's really not a fucking joke. That hurts.
Wait till you guys get a bruised heel. That's one I used to laugh at. I was like, a bruised heel? Come on, man. I've been bruised all over. But yeah, you step the wrong way and you get a bruised heel and you're out for possibly 2 months. You just got to not do anything, and then it slowly recovers. Yep. All right. The good thing is you're back and ready to go. You're the opponent that you were going to face that night, Trevin Jones. He went ahead and fought. He won. Would you just like to run it back with him, or are you looking at other names? What's been thrown your way? When do you think we can see you again?
I don't particularly care who it is. I'm sure you guys see all the stuff with going back and forth on Twitter with Adrian Yanez. I don't dislike Adrian Yanez at all. In fact, it's the complete opposite. I started following him and what he was doing right after his contender fight. I like him, dude. He's like me in the regard that we're not really here to talk shit. We're just trying to engage and talk to people and be friendly, and then we can go out there and get into a fight. I would like to fight Adrian Yanez, and Adrian Yanez has expressed he would like to fight me. I think that fight is a lot of fucking fun. I'm a huge fan of his style and what he brings, and I think we could put on a sick show together. We're campaigning to get on the UFC Houston card. As a realist, I probably realize that fight's probably not going to happen on that night. But maybe shortly thereafter we can get it done. But we'll see, dude. I think that fight is a lot of fun. I think if we can put it on like a make a main event prelim type deal, or open it up for pay-per-view or something like that, I think we could really get things going. I think that's a really exciting fight. We both have head kick knockouts. We both have right hand knockouts. It's very clear what we're trying to do. I think it's a fun fight, dude. As far as Trevin looked fucking awesome in that fight, dude. Mario Batista's not a joke. That was a great performance by Trevin Jones. I don't have any preference whether I fight him or not. It doesn't really matter. I know we would put on a big fight. I was happy for him, dude. It was nice to see that one, he got a replacement opponent, he was able to compete that night, and two, he went out and kind of showed people that, you know, that first one wasn't fluky, that guy can actually fight. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm ready for whenever, dude. I can make weight on like a week and a half, 2 weeks notice, something like that. But I think a fight with Yanez is really fun, dude. And we have some people get behind him, so we'll see. We'll see if I can just keep talking shit on Twitter, and he can keep talking shit on Twitter. I want to fight the Dr. Pepper guy. We'll see what we can do.
There you go. So I did want to say one thing though. I liked that you gave us a point of direction in that you said I'd like to be the main event on the prelims, like of a pay-per-view. So you're saying you think you and Yanez can have a firecracker fight where somebody at the end goes, "Oh, I got to get the pay-per-view. These guys just put me in the mood. They just sold me the pay-per-view because they brought it." Is that what you're saying? Like, you think you could be the hook?
That's 100% what I'm saying. You're not seeing me going out there and cuddling guys against the cage for 15 minutes. You're definitely not seeing Adrian doing that either. We're going out there and we're just tossing limbs with no regard of safety, and hopefully something lands. I think that could really, you know, we could have a good spot on a fight card and really get fans entertained and into. We were campaigning so hard for that Houston card because, one, I know he's from Houston, whatever, and I was gifted the opportunity to fight in my hometown arena. So if I can help him out by, you know, let's go put on a fight. I will try to knock him out in his hometown for sure. But it would be cool to see him get his shot in his hometown. That'd be really cool. Number one, and number two, it has fans. I think a fight that, you know, that him and I could put on, and the fireworks that would bring, and the styles that we match, and how we match up against each other, I think it's a no-brainer to put it in front of a crowd. I think we could really set off and kick off a night. I'm not asking to have like this main card spot or any of that crazy stuff. Just put us somewhere, dude. I don't care. I know that people are going to be tuned in when we're fighting. It's just such a fun fucking fight, dude. And it's just, to me, it's a no-brainer.
That's what I want to touch on. And that's the whole reason why I contacted you. Was it is a no-brainer. When I heard you guys talking about this, because we talked to Adrian last week or the week before, and you're right. He's one of the coolest guys out there. He's a very nice kid. You guys are very similar in your personalities. We almost gave him the nickname Mantequilla. We're on the edge of giving him that nickname. But everything about the matchup made sense. And and the first thing you do is you think about, what did this guy's last fight look like? What did his last? And you just think of those fireworks coming together. So my question to you is, you guys have had about a week of putting this out there. Has the UFC said anything? Because you're right. It is an absolute no-brainer. What have they told you?
I mean, I don't communicate directly with the UFC, and I don't think Adrian does either. I know Adrian has a great manager as well in what I believe is Iridium Sports, and they do a great job. I have Joe Lozon managing me, and he does a fantastic job with me. I don't do any of that stuff when contacting the UFC or this, that, the other thing. I know I told Joe Lozon, and Joe Lozon texted the UFC, and we asked for that fight. I'm pretty sure that Adrian Yanez did the same thing. I don't have any change in status. The only thing that's changed is we kind of picked up more traction on Twitter and all that stuff. But yeah, dude, I haven't heard anything from the UFC. I think we're being that what are they, the squeaky wheel gets the oil or whatever it is. I think we're doing that. So I think that, you know, it's only a matter of time till they see it. I worked out with the Schmo the other day, did an interview with the Schmo. I also campaigned for it on his interview. So it's out there, dude, and it's up to the UFC to see what they're going to do. I can see why they wouldn't book the fight with the two prospects going and whatever. I can understand that for sure. But on the other side, I can see it as, hey, why not make these guys fight? We're going to put it in front of some fans. We can sell some tickets. We can put some butts in seats. And we know these two guys are going to go out there and fight. We know that if Randy Costa fights, he's going to go out there balls to the wall. We know Adrian Yanez fights, he's going to go balls to the wall. And if we have both guys fighting each other, dude, that's a banger of a fight. Yeah, dude, we'll see what happens. I've only had 3 fights in the UFC, so I'm not really in any position to like fucking call on Dana White and ask him for this fight. And neither is he. So if they want to make that fight, that's great. I'm down. I think it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. But until then, I'm going to keep stirring the pot on Twitter.
Man, you may not be in that position, but we certainly are, and so are the fans, and everybody's fired up.
Help us to get this fight.
Well, you know, in the history of our show, we've had a lot of fights happen this way, where somebody's come on the show and said, "I'd like to fight this guy," and literally within a day, I think it's happened. So that's my goal, is by Friday, that's the deadline. I want to see this fight get signed. But once all that happens, what's your prediction for the fight? How do you see it actually playing out?
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight the guy if I didn't think I would win, right? So I definitely think I would win. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to knock him out, and I'm sure he's going to do the same. I don't have any ill will towards Adrian Yanez. I like Adrian Yanez. I like what he's about. I like his story. I like how he fights. I just want to compete against him. I want to go out there and I want to compete against him. I think I'm too tricky, too lengthy, and I can hit too hard for him. And I'm sure he could say his counters are too good, his movements are too good, and he's too fast for me. Fucking great, dude. Let's fight and let's see. I know we can put on a good fight. My prediction for that fight would be like somebody getting knocked out at some point during the fight. That's really, I mean, that fight's not going to the fucking decision. That's probably the inevitable. Yeah, dude, I don't really have any prediction. I'm not one to come on here and shit talk. I'm not, dogging Adrian Yanez about his skill or he sucks, right? Because he's fucking good, and that's why I want to fight him. So I don't have any predictions where I'm going to talk shit. I wish I could give you guys more, but I just don't dislike the kid, so I'm sorry.
All right, allow me to add one last wrinkle into all this thing, because you guys like each other. Like you said, you're not going to talk that much smack because you guys actually respect each other and like each other. But if the UFC can't see the physics here and how this is going to be a good fight, maybe we should add something to the wrinkle. And I'm thinking, I think there's got to be a side bet.
You win. Side bet, dude.
Is it he can't drink Dr. Pepper for a year and then you got to drop something?
Even fucking better.
What is it?
The loser buys the winner a month's supply of whatever. So if Adrian buys me a month's supply of Reese's. If Adrian beats me, I buy him a month's supply of Dr. Pepper. It's a fucking no-brainer. We both win. We're both getting, more exposure for Reese's and Dr. Pepper, both more exposure for ourselves. A fucking sick fight, dude. I mean, what am I missing here? What am I missing?
I like it. I'm sold. I hope it happens. You said you can make weight in 3 weeks. Hopefully he can. He can't be too far out of shape. And it's in his hometown. Usually fighters like to fight in their hometown, especially when they're young. It can be a little bit of a pressure cooker, but that's what life's all about, right? Rising up to the occasion.
Fight in the UFC. I was gifted with the opportunity to fight in my hometown arena. I know how fucking awesome it is. I know what it's like. And I'm not even like trying to do this so he can get that. I'm like, dude, we haven't fought in front of fans in over a year. This is like the first real big banging card. Like fucking Nate Diaz is fighting. Like, dude, that's fucking sick. Like, let's get on that show. Let's try to get it done. Personally, I don't have a preference where the fight is. But given the timeline, ties to the Houston with Adrian and all this, that, and that's what he wants. And all right, dude, I'll go and fight you at your own home place. I want to get booed. I want the fans to tell me I suck when I'm walking out, and you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like, dude, like, yeah, let's go. Let's see how it's gonna play out. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a great date. He just fought. I'm ready to fight. I don't see them putting that fight on in front of an empty crowd. And I'm just biased and hopeful of that, but we'll see what happens. But I think the fight's gonna get made eventually. If we don't get matched up this time, it's only a matter of time. Both of our styles, they complement each other so well for such a fun fight.
The Florida card's going to have 15,000 fans 3 weeks before. Perhaps if that goes well, the Houston card will also have no fans. But I think that was the plan going forward. So we'll see. Would you have the balls if you beat Yanez to grab the mic and say, Houston, do we got a problem?
Man, huh? Yeah, dude. Fuck, I guess so. But, I mean, I don't know what they do down there, but if someone went to Boston and did that, then they probably have something coming. I'm not sure how they get down in Houston, but I should probably keep my mouth shut.
Hey, what kind of dog is that? Let us see.
He's a pit bull coonhound.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, she just got her a month ago.
Just a month old, that's it?
She's 6 months old. I just rescued her last month or a month and a half ago.
Very cool. What's her name?
What's that? What's her name? Her name is Kona.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Being a dog owner is one of the best things you can do, and being the fact that you rescued the dog, that's tremendous, man. Good job.
Yeah,
Randy, it was great to catch up with you. We really hope the fight comes to fruition. We're glad to hear you're healthy, and we're going to try our best to nudge the UFC with a nice recap here, pushing this angle. You versus Adrian Yanez, UFC 262. I ain't got a problem with that. That's a great fight right there.
I think so too. So we just need the guys upstairs to give us that approval and send us the piece of paper, because I don't want to fight him for free, and that's stupid. So hopefully we can get paid.